Hey guys, it's the Team Flare Boys, Sky and Cyber here. In today's video, we're going to be going over the top 5 features from past Pokemon generations that we think should make a return in Pokemon Switch.
All of these are plainly just our opinions, so if you disagree or you think something else should be on this list or you agree 100%, just let us know in the comments, and now let's get to it.
Number 5, Pokemon Following You. In previous versions of the game, such as Yellow and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we had Pokemon following you. You could choose any Pokemon from your party and put it in the first slot and it would walk behind you. This was one of the biggest loved features by fans just because it kind of created a sense of companionship with your Pokemon, seeing them walk around the whole game with you. It was like they're your friend. You kind of built a stronger relationship with them, and it was just a cute, endearing feature that I think should make a return. And considering in the data mine for Sun and Moon in the previous games, they found running animations for every single Pokemon in the entire dex, I don't see why this feature shouldn't be making a return to Pokemon Switch.
Number 4, Mega Evolutions. Mega Evolutions was something that the Pokemon Company introduced in Generation 6. They took old Pokemon from previous generations and gave them a huge buff to their stats. They gave them a more modern design and added new abilities and sometimes even added different typings to them. I love Mega Evolution because it revived some Pokemon that were completely unusable and made them into a full-blown powerhouse that could sweep through whole teams. So why should it come to the Switch? We say because there are already over 700 Pokemon, so instead of making a whole new Pokedex with new Pokemon, they should show some love to the older Pokemon from previous generations to give some of the fans who have been around since the beginning of the series a chance to use familiar Pokemon that have a sense of nostalgia to them, but with a more updated and modern vibe.
Number 3, Regional Variants. This was something that was introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon as a new feature, and honestly, when I first saw the leaks and teasers for this, I didn't even think it was real. The picture of Dugtrio with the golden flowing hair, I thought it was a meme. Same thing with Exeggutor, but when they actually came to life, I was very fond of these new style of Pokemon. Seeing our favorites such as Ninetales transform from a fiery fox into this snow mountain dwelling ice fairy fox was really cool to me, and I would love to see more Pokemon get this treatment, as I'm not really sure what the new region is going to be named, but seeing some new regional forms for these new Pokemon, or even old Pokemon, would be awesome to me, just because I think it spices up the gameplay and switches up the meta a lot. Things that were never being used are suddenly back and overused, and I think it's a good way to switch up the game.
Number 2, New Evolutions of Existing Pokemon. Gen 4 added a lot of new evolutions to older Pokemon. It took Pokemon from previous generations and gave them new evolutions, making them stronger and more competitively viable. Togetic, Magneton, Yanma were all considered to be weak Pokemon until they gave them evolutions in Generation 4. Magnezone, they made it into this cool, tanky, special attacking spaceship kind of, and this huge buff to special attack made it to where it could actually one-shot Pokemon if it was like a super effective Thunderbolt. Togekiss, all I have to say is Air Slash and Serene Grace. Honchkrow with its Moxie ability, being able to every time it knocks out a Pokemon, raises its attack stat by 1. And also the new evolutions. They added Glaceon and Leafeon in Generation 4, and it just gave it new life.
Number 1, the Ultra Space Wormhole. With the most recent Pokemon installation of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we were introduced to the White Wormholes. These were the habitats of the newly discovered Ultra Beasts. While I wouldn't mind new Ultra Beasts being added to the game, their habitats is what really fascinated me. From arriving in an alien gemstone desert to catch the model-like Pheromosa, to the buff palm trees sporting a Buzzwole at the end waiting for you. My absolute favorite was the Ultra Ruin, or post-apocalyptic world where we find everything in shambles, and a wild Guzzlord who seems to be devouring something in the back. This kind of outer world exploration really made the game feel much wilder, and I'd love to see more alien-like gameplay in Pokemon Switch.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to know more about our next upload. Peace out.